Hello, everybody out there in the internet. This is the Comic Book Talk for March 26, 2014. I'm Ticketmaster, joined by...
Buff Larkin. By God, Tekken, it's been way too long for you and I to sit down in these lovely chairs of ours, thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away, to talk about comic books. Absolutely. And I'm excited. You want to know why?
Why?
I know which one's the crap book of the week.
We're not thousands of miles away, though.
And I didn't even read it. But I'll still say it's a pile of crap because of what you said about it. So that's good. In the pregame. We have pregame for this stuff. That's how important this whole video thing is. We do pregame. And we talk about what's the good and what's the bad and what's the by God awful. And I already heard what the by God awful was.
Yeah, we also had your computer not working.
Oh, yeah. Throw it back in my face. Throw it back. We also talked about condoms. You want me to throw that out there, too?
That was you, not me.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're the wild one. That's right. You know, they make some that I found out yesterday while I was doing my inventory at the store that, you know, there's some that's not even there. It feels it's not even there. It's not even there. So for you who have been Mr. Buck Wild for your whole life, now you can actually put something on that still you can be Buck Wild, and you wouldn't even know you have a saddle on.
Oh, man.
Buck Wild. Can we call you that for this whole episode? Buck Wild.
Sure,
Jack, if you had a porn name, what would it be?
I don't know.
You know what it would be? Buck Wild. I hope you tell the people who you work with that you do these episodes with me. I want them to listen to this so therefore when you go to work, they call you Buck. Hey, did you hear? He's got a nickname, Buck Wild. Man, they'd be lining up down the aisles, baby.
Oh.
Just for you. Ooh, I heard you're called Buck Wild. Ding. No thanks necessary, Tekken. Cornucopia of lovin' coming your way. Are we still talking about comics?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Now let's get your mind off banging and let's get to slamming these lovely books that we got this week. So, Tekken, what's your favorite of the week?
Okay, my favorite of the week would probably... Well, see, it's a toss-up between New Avengers and Uncanny because those are, like, two of the best. And, you know... I really enjoyed Uncanny, and I really liked what they're doing with New Avengers because it's like, oh, Black Swan, what's going down with her? We can look into the past, but we don't know quite where it's at, and we've seen into a possible future, and it's like, ooh, it's really, really terrible.
Tekken?
Yeah.
You want to know a secret to life?
Yeah.
We all die. So any future that they're looking into, people are going to die, and that one day I won't be around, Tekken, to set you on the straight and narrow. I'm going to die too. And so that's why it's nice to look at New Avengers and see these heroes because for 50-some-odd years, some of these guys have been around, and they've just been waiting to get knocked off. Well, you know something? New Avengers gives that to us every month. Every month, a different Earth gets blown to smithereens, and we get to see the heroes try their best to fight it off like they've had for 50 years, and we have every issue. We finally get to see them fail over and over again. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, that's like the cool thing about this issue was that you had Beast who's like, okay, dudes, we've been using our bridge or mirror or whatever it's called to look into the multiverse and it dying slowly in front of us. Mm-hmm. And then like it's happening at an even accelerated rate. But when we look back if we look back into the past, we can see it like where it possibly starts, and maybe that's where we will solve this problem because looking at all the other Illuminati dudes. We're probably not going to do any better than them because those black priest dudes, yeah, those Nightmaker dudes, yeah, like, you know, there's just no winning. So let's see what happens.
It's a threat that I'd be interested. Have they made them Tekken too big of a threat for our boys to actually beat them and have it believable?
It seems that way.
Yeah, and then that goes for one way. It's an impossible threat, an unbeatable threat. And it's nice to see how they could do it, but can they do it without being so about contrived. You know, all of a sudden Reed's, oh, I made a machine here. It can beat them all up in 2 seconds. You know, it's that kind of stuff that you don't want to see. You want to see them, you know, right at the, and then all of a sudden just come up with some, you know, these guys are the geniuses. They should be able to do this and come away beat up, but not the easy way out. We don't want that. We want them to earn their. We want them to earn it.
Well, Doctor Strange has sold his soul to become a god.
All of it, baby. All of it. I'm thinking he might be the guy.
He's not coming out unscathed.
No. I think he might be coming. I think he might be the one who takes out the Watcher. That's my guess right now. I'm thinking he has so much power that he wants more, and he takes out the Watcher to get that eyeball. The all-seeing eye, so he can see the threats. I'm thinking that's what's good. That's where if Vegas was taking bets, that's where I'd put it down as.
Yeah, that was cool because, you know, if you think about it, like how you had to like pay in assists or whatever to get your godness, it's like, you know, if you're a complete god, you don't need a soul. So that's an interesting concept. So yeah, I actually thought that was really cool. But you know, being a god is above having a soul. Yeah, New Avengers really, really good. And then Uncanny X-Men also really good. So, you know, just Shield and Cyclops. It's going down. And
apparently, Dazzler's nothing but a druggie, a mule, I guess you would say. Is that how the slang is? They're getting all the drugs from her.
Yep.
But in a different way.
The material for the drugs.
Yeah, she's not the pusher, but she's the distributor, if you really want to call it like that.
Then he'll like, all right, dude, hijack. Where's Scott Summers? Even if you don't know, I don't believe you, because that's what your cell phone that we have taken from you says, that you're all like, oh, save me, ex-girlfriend. Cyclops has taken me, blah, blah, blah. And I want to know where he's at. So you're going to tell me, it's like, ooh, Marie Hill, all interrogating mutants and stuff. Ooh.
Tekken, have you ever had an ex-girlfriend?
No.
Well, once you do, you'll find out they don't give a flying frick about you. Oh, you're gone? Sure. Get out of here. I don't want to talk to you. You're already been blocked, buddy, on your phone. There you go. That's very good. You know what I like this week, though? Just to put you a little bit off on the bean pie. My good for the week was those lovely Superior Foes of Spider-Man. I think it was number 10. It was an excellent issue. I've been really enjoying this whole series when I've got a chance to read it, and it's been a couple issues. And it's just the badness of Mr. Boomerang. It's 2 issues pretty much in a row that I've read of the Superior Foes that I've really enjoyed. And the last one had Boomerang. Have you read the Superior Foes of Spider-Man?
No.
Oh, you should. You would absolutely enjoy it. Because Boomerang is the guy he's a liar, a cheat. They're all criminals. They're all scum. But Boomerang is the scummiest of them all because he's had this grand master plan about how to, you know, steal this painting of Victor Von Doom without his mask on, and this and that, and frame his own teammates and all that. And then his mouth gets too much for him, so he starts saying he's the number one assassin around. And who does that bring up? That brings up old Bullseye. Even when he's making out with a girl in the bathroom, he keeps comparing himself to Bullseye. He says, Bullseye's not half as big as I am. Right there would get me if I was Bullseye out to shoot him up. You can't say that to ladies when they're in the state of passion. You don't say that like that. That's horrible. But it was a very good read. It's entertaining. I know it won't last forever because the Superior Foes of Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man's going by the wayside. Welcome back, Pete. And so we're gonna see an end to that, and it's gonna be sad because I really enjoyed that series. So that's my good one for the week. I thoroughly enjoyed it. What did you think was one of your better ones of the week? Or which one did you think was a giant turd in the bucket?
The only one I didn't completely dislike it, but the only one I was kind of starting to slip from the top of my list is X-Men. So,
and is that the one with the chicks?
Yep.
See, you bought the book because you thought there'd be like bikini episodes.
No, I didn't.
Like that, and then
they're on a beach, and there's
on a beach, right there. Good start.
There's someone in a there's someone in a bikini, but it's a dude.
Oh, dude, no, that's not good.
Hellion.
Oh,
in the short shorts.
In the short shorts. Oh, God. Oh boy! So it's just what would you do as a writer, Tekken? What would you do to kind of spruce up the chicks?
Well, it's the end of arc, so I guess I'll just wait and see. But it's not like it's bad. It just seemed like it limped to the finish line. It didn't have a like nice strong finish in this issue.
Can I say it's kind of like the Forgotten Stepchild?
Sure.
Because you have your Uncanny, you have your Wolverine and the X-Men. They're kind of linked up together. You have all these other X-books that are kind of all, hey, we're all family here. And then you got, okay, let's just do a book with the females and just leave it on the side here and not even get involved in the series. Because they're already in the other books for the most part. So therefore, they're kind of like the Forgotten Stepchild off there goes, hey, look we're over here, and then you get nothing. You know, they're not getting the love they deserve because they're not part of the storylines like the trial of Jane Grey or Jean Grey or anything like that. You're off on the offshoot, right? It's like,
well, they're part of Valley Atom.
They were?
Yeah.
See how great that was? Nobody remembers.
I remember.
Oh, you see? I remember.
So it's like that's the weird part is because like Kitty Pryde, you know, she's on the cover of the first issue and then she leaves to Team Uncanny and now she's not in the book anymore.
Exactly.
And then Rogue's not there either and they never explain it. It's like, where'd Rogue go? They just like made like a funny joke about it, like, oh, we're still waiting to get Rogue back. But it's like, well, but you didn't say where she went, so yeah.
See, and that's the thing with when you have a book. A year ago they come up and say, "Hey, we need another X-Men book," and then somebody there goes and says, "Hey, let's make an all chick book," and they go, "Hey, that'll make money, good." And then they go that, and they go, "Wait, okay, now we gotta take Rogue out because she's part of the new Uncanny Avengers, and you gotta take her out because Bendis is requesting that she be part of Uncanny now." And if Bendis says it, that means it's like from the word of God in Marvel. So they go, okay, I can't touch him no more. So it's like, okay, there you go. And so therefore, the poor writer has to get stuck. Now he's got Phoebes on the team now. It's got like Storm, which is good, and then you have Cyclo, which is good, and then you have the rest.
Whatever.
Well, who's the rest on the team then?
Jubilee and Monette and
who? There you go.
It's weird because like you had Karima Shapondar come back, but then she left at the end of this issue. She's like, I'm going to stay with the people investigating this case or whatever. So she doesn't come back to the school, and she just like stays. And she's kind of, I don't know if she's depowered, but she was like a whatchamacallit, synthetic person, but she's like all or organic now because Archaea messed up her implants and stuff, and then Beast took them out. So we'll see.
There you go. So who else on this team that nobody knows?
Well, in this issue you had Quinn Quire in there.
Oh, well, he's a girl. Apparently.
Beast was in like one of the first 3 issues. He's not a girl.
I know. Also, see what's happening. The whole girl franchise is slowly
going
gone.
It's just female focused and centric.
Yeah,
kids.
Exactly.
Like,
because
like
apparently they can't solve any problems because Beast has to come in and solve it.
Whatever. Because they're the ones that saved the day.
More chicks. I would say less something else, but you know what I'd say. So more chicks.
It was like the first 3 issues when they first faced Archaea were just so it felt so epic, like, and then you found out she was like coming back. It was like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. And it didn't even come close to like the first 3 issues of the when she like almost like destroyed the school. It was great. It was just like fantastic. And then you have the second showdown, and it's just like not as close.
Let's
just
like, say this.
And like they had all their hands on decks. You had Madeline Pryor there, and that other lady I keep forgetting, and then Archaea, and then Lady Deathstrike. Well, Lady Deathstrike wasn't really there because like her host buddy lady killed herself. She was like, I don't do this anymore, and like killed herself. And then
not nice.
Typhoid Mary and Enchantress, and they're all set to go, but then they got taken down. So I was like, oh.
There you go. And I would give you this. They don't really cancel comic books in Marvel, but I do believe they'll be canceling this one. There won't be a second season or a third season of the X-Men. That's my guess on that one. The wind is already out of the sails. There you go. So, okay, since you said one of your favorite ones, let's throw another one that I'm going to surprise you with. and that is Daredevil #1.
Oh yeah, I like that one too.
Oh yeah, you would. It was very good. A new setting. Foggy's dead apparently, but he's not.
No, he's not.
Apparently, but he's not.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, because everybody knows Matt Murray's now Daredevil, so now he has to protect Foggy as much as possible. Because who are they going to go after? All the bad guys. Foggy. What does Foggy have? Cancer. So therefore, you got to say he's dead, or they'd be picking on him. Every episode would be Stiltman's going after Foggy. Oh, the other guy's going after Foggy, and Bullseye goes after Foggy. It's like everybody would be just going after Foggy, and it would be very, very dead. But I thoroughly enjoyed the fact that San Francisco is not like New York, and Daredevil's having a big time problem with that. Where's the tall buildings? Not in San Francisco. Well, why? Because they would fall over in the nearest earthquake. And let me just do. I'm putting on my little Swami hat here, and I'm reaching out to you, Tekken, at your screen there. I'm going to do a prediction. All right, one of these issues of Daredevil will have an earthquake in it. There. All right. That is my prediction, is that there will be an earthquake episode in it. There you go. That's my pick. But other than that, great art as always. Great writing as always. I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it. It's going to be a great time out in the sunny West Coast.
And a great what's the peril moment when he's like, "What's that ticking? That's not a watch."
Dun, dun, dun. Exactly.
It's like, wait, it's a bracelet. What's that ticking? Oh no! It's like, oh man.
Oh man, it's very good. Oh yeah, exactly. Thor: God of Thunder #20 again. This is Old Man Thor. Old Thor versus even better, Old Galactus on a destroyed Earth. Have you read this yet, Tekken? Have you even heard about it?
I have the first 6 issues of the God Killer, but I've only read the first one.
You haven't read yet. All right. No, you haven't read yet. Well, this next little kind of storyline has Galactus millions and hundreds of thousands of years from now finally coming back to Earth to wipe it out. Finally. Like, there's nothing there. Like, everything's dead. Everybody's moved on into the stars. There's nothing. It's desert. All that's there is Thor, who's still the Earth's protector, even though he's Old Man Thor with only one arm. And he's saying, and I love it because Thor now talks like a grumpy old man. Galactus, you old bastard! I know you can hear me. Stop trying to eat the Earth. And then Galactus is just as grumpy. It's grumpy old men done in super outfits. That's what it is. It's hilarious. I loved it. And Galactus saying, "Screw off," pretty much to Thor. It was brilliant writing. It was like two grumpy old men fighting over the last bowl of porridge. And you know what happens when two old men fight over the last bowl of porridge? All hell breaks loose. That's what happens. Tekken, one day you and I will be that old in the old folks' home, and you just wait for that bowl of porridge to come down there, and the guy says, "That's all we got," and that's it. I'm bringing my cane into the mix. They're getting whacked. That's how that works. But Thor, again, it's, almost every time we've done one of these episodes, I always say Thor is one of the best reads of the week. And bam, again, it continues to impress. Great issue. Now, what did you like, Tekken?
Captain Marvel #1.
Which one? Wait, okay, Ms. Marvel. Okay, I gotta remember my difference.
This isn't Ms. Marvel. This is Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers.
Oh.
She's going cosmic because they're all like, oh, well, we're going to do this thing where an Avenger's going to be at this outpost in space, and we'll just switch off every however many months, and then it's her turn. And I didn't even know her and Rhodey had a thing going on. I was like, oh, because they kissed in this issue. I was like, oh, I didn't know that was happening, so that was interesting.
Chocolate rain.
Shut up. Oh man! And then I didn't know she lived in the Statue of Liberty. That's pretty cool.
Well, there you go.
That's cool.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
Can I put on my Swami hat again?
What?
Okay, I'm putting on the Swami hat again. My prediction that in 6 months they ain't coming to pick her back up. She's stuck out there. Something's gonna happen.
We'll see.
And I think Rhodey was the cause of it. He said, "Man, get that girl away from me. Do something up there. I gotta sow my wild oats."
Actually, it's funny because it was Iron Man and her and Captain Marvel having a conversation, and he's like, "I think Rhodey should be the one for the job," and she's like, "Rhodey," and he's like, "I agree. I'm glad you agree." It's like, oh, Tony Stark, that was great.
Oh, Tony, playing the ladies as he always does. Absolutely. Oh, that's good. So, what exactly did you like most about this issue then?
It's cool because like it just starts off cosmic, and it's like, oh, why is she in space? And then you just slowly learn, oh, this is why she's in space. And then after you like find that out, it's like, oh, she's it's like it makes sense since she had this whole memory thing go down in the last run, so she's still trying to like find herself and whatnot. So it's like it was a lot of internal monologue of, I'm gonna similar but not 100% same. Or I guess just similar to where it's like, why Iron Man went out in space to be with Gallons and Galaxy. It's like, oh, I gotta do all these other things. It's like, she's like going there to go and find herself and find her voice and be like, what happened to me? Let me reacclimate to being this person with all these abilities, and I just don't remember anything and know anything. I'm not sure about anything. And then
so you're saying she went out to space to find her voice?
Yeah.
Now, science says you can't talk in space, but we're talking about comic science, so I guess she's going to find her voice there. Or metaphorically, she's going to find her voice. Swami hat! My prediction. Every time I say Swami hat, I want you to put a picture up of a Swami hat, just so I Swami hat is your prediction.
That's okay, that's too much work.
I will say this. All right? I will say that she will be the newest teammate for Guardians of the Galaxy, just like Iron Man was. She will at least have a guest appearance on the There'll be a 2-issue crossover. That's all I'll say. She won't be put on the team because she's a chick, and that team's sexist. But she will have a 2-issue crossover.
That would be interesting because she would be an interesting counterweight to Angela and Gamora, who are all, brawler ladies.
Exactly.
Who are all tough and down in the trenches.
Exactly. Oh, yes. I if they want to push out into space, they got. And I do predict that she'll have also a meeting with Silver Surfer somewhere along the way before her book gets canceled.
That'd be interesting.
Let her book gets canceled? Yeah, that's true.
No, that meeting Silver Surfer.
Oh, there you go. I know. And the number 1 issue of Silver Surfer's out now, so it depends. I don't think you'll see her in the Surfer's book. But I do believe we'll see the Surfer in her book because she's going to be seeing, something. It's the easiest thing to write. Oh, let's have all the outer space dudes show up here in Ms. Marvel. Sounds good to me. It's guest star galore. Who doesn't want to pick up an issue of guest star galore? Everybody does. Oh, it's Galactus in this issue. Oh, it's Fire Lord in this issue. Oh, it's Silver Surfer in this issue. Oh, it's just a whole bunch of different big stars in there. It'd be awesome. I would like that. Now, let's talk about a book that makes me sad. It's a sad day, Tekken. It is Thunderbolts number 23. Did you read it up?
Why is it? Yeah, I did. I thought it was a cool issue.
It is a very cool issue, but if you know the behind the scenes of what's happening, which is the changing of the writer, you can understand, oh man, getting a leg cramp while we're talking. Ow! Hot damn. But you understand the whole business behind all this is the new writers coming in, and therefore he's got his own team. He thinks and he's saying we see it already starting. I don't want Venom on my new team. So therefore we get to see a goodbye to Venom here because really, what did this book do? Oh, Venom wants the Thunderbolts to prove that they can take out Venom, the symbiote, if need be. If the symbiote finally totally takes over. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, I want to see Deadpool's wish. I want Deadpool's time.
I was like, oh, I wanted Deadpool.
Exactly. It's one of those things. What is he going to do? He's already got a feather from heaven, for Pete's sakes. What's that? What else does he want?
And a neat hat.
Exactly. And the big hat.
That was so funny. It's like, how did you, the submarine sing? How'd you get the hat back? Like, oh, I found this feather.
See, and that's what I'm going to miss about Charles Soule. on the book is that somehow, some way, he's made the book just an awesome read every month. And when him gone, it's going to be very. I'll give the book a try, but it's like, oh man. And I think the Punisher's leaving too. I think because Frank's over in the West Coast too with Daredevil. So it's going to be interesting to see if Thunderbolts can maintain the greatness that it has been. That'd be it. It was a good story. It was a nice filler issue about, okay, they had to get rid of Venom, so this is how they did it, and boom, there you go. I won't remember it 3 months from now. Except for they had a chance to do a Deadpool issue, and Deadpool, which was probably even like 50 issues, and they with his big long mission, and nothing. So it was okay. I like the Deadpool in this more than I like the Deadpool in the Deadpool book. That's how much I really enjoyed Charles Scholl writing. So what else did you like, Tekken?
Avengers Undercover #1.
Oh.
Because I had not read Arena, and this is basically a follow-up from all the craziness that went down in that book, and I was like, oh, well, I didn't read that one, but I can jump on here and, see if it's worth anything. And apparently, someone looks like they might be going off the deep end to do some really bad things, and then everybody else has, PTSD from their previous time on the island with the arcade, so...
Give them a break, why don't you?
Yeah, it's like they've all been through the ringer, but they just keep going, and they have, no time to... reset and just straight back into it. It's like, oh man, this is good.
And I blame Spider-Man for that.
Why do you blame Spider-Man?
Because that's what he did. He gets beat up, he still goes out there and fights. And so now they have to be just like Spider-Man. Oh, my world's tumbling down. No, gotta go out there. You gotta go out there. Gotta get beat up some more. And this is what happens. Kids today, they can't handle it. Spider-Man could. Kids today can't. They should be playing video games. That's what they should be doing, and trying to get a real job in life. Maybe go to school. Don't be a bum, is my message to all you kids out there. Don't be bums. Go out there and get a life. There you go. Don't go out there and fight bad guys when you're stressed. You think Spider-Man would have had that? No, all you got, you know how many concussions that guy's got? 1 million concussions. And he's still out there fighting. Why do you think Doc Ock was so easy to take over his mind? Because he's so concussed, he didn't know what was happening until it was too late. Spider-Man's doped up on the concussions. He's out. Why do you think he can't get? Why do you think he can't get? He can't graduate from college or get his? Because he's too banged up. He's too concussed. He's like those boxers who you go around boxing. And they get smacked around too many times, and they're like, grrr, like that. That's what Spider-Man is. Dang Spider-Man. Doped up. There you go. That's my rant.
But yeah, it's cool because you had, they were in that Game of Death or whatever, but then it was actually being broadcast on the internet. So on this issue, you get to see them react to a bunch of different civilians that were, watching it, and they're like, oh, man, I'm a fan here, or oh, man, this character sucked in that because they should do this and that and that. Or, oh, I'm such a big fan, or, oh, look at me, I get all this publicity, so that's pretty cool. And they have to, basically, react to that and live with that, and then go back to the reality of, well, everybody knows I did these things while I was here, and that's really interesting what they did with that.
Yes, that's...
So I'm enjoying it.
I read the Arena, and I enjoyed it at the start, and then it kind of dragged on and on and on. But this one, I don't know. I'm on the fence with this one. We'll see what happens. But let's talk about my crap of the week. Oh, Tekken. It's one of those days. Iron Man 23. Oh, Tony. We shouldn't even call it Iron Man. You know what we should call it?
Crap.
No. Green Lantern. Because all those frickin' Mandarin rings are flying all over the place. And it's getting on people's fingers, and now they got the power of this and the power of that. Well, doesn't that just remind you of something else? Maybe over in DC Comics. And yes, it might not be colors, it might be powers, but it's still the same damn thing. It is Green Lantern, and it's just like, ugh. And the best part is, 2-3 months ago before this whole ring thing started, I really liked Green Lantern. I'm even doing it myself. I'm really liking Iron Man. I was. Because they had Arno, and they're doing the half-brother, step-brother, whatever the brother he was. And then, well, he's a step-brother because Tony's adopted. So then you get all this stuff, bing, 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 bang, and then everybody's happy. But then, then the Mandarin rings had to go to like 15,000 different people. And yes, one went to the Elf Lord, and oh yeah, the fun that happened there. But you know something? It's still Green Lantern, it's still blah. Glad when this all is over. It's giving Tony a run for his money, and that's what we need. But at the same time, we just had the secret origin of Tony, which was awesome, and then this is like, holy smokes! It's just, no. How can you beat the secret origin of Tony Stark? Not with this. Not my favorite. Did not like it.
So did the secret origin not end after the was it 151 the robot?
Well,
is there something else that happens after that?
Well, basically, he comes up, and Tony finds out that he's been adopted, and then he finds his real brother, the real one that was because it wasn't this whole story of Secret Origin of Tony Stark. It had nothing to do with him. It was Arno, who was in a black lung because of all the experiments that the robot did on him. So Tony actually was adopted. So surprise, you're reading the Secret Origin of somebody else.
Oh, okay.
The only secret origin was that he's adopted.
So do you find out who his birth parents are?
Or it's still the same. His birth. Oh, who knows? Probably Kang. Dr. Doom and Sue Storm. That's who it is. There you go. Namor and Sue Storm. There you go. The love child of them. You knew something happened. You knew something happened, and that's it right there. And that was my crap book of the week. Get better, Iron Man.
Yeah, because I started reading after the secret origin, so I was just like, I don't know where this is going. So,
well, there you go. See, you saved some money.
Or it told me what I needed to know, and then from there, I guess I'll see if it gets any better. But apparently, we'll see.
No, save your money. Get rid of that X-Men chick title too.
Hey,
that'll save you some money too. Put it towards the superior foes of Spider-Man or Thor. Then you'd thoroughly enjoy it. Hear me, young Tekken. Thou shalt pick up Thor and be happy. Happiest with what you find. There you go. And eateth more Greek yogurt. Be better for you.
Did you read Batman 2829?
Blah.
What? What do you mean blah? That was great.
Yeah, get it over with. Amazing. Get it over with. I want something new.
Whatever.
I'm one of those new kids in the new generation. All right, I already saw this. Give me something new. Give me something new.
Well, you're not going to get anything new for a while because Yu-Gi-Oh's still going on, so there's still a hurricane and stuff. So yeah.
It's an interesting read. It is. It's just this whole Batman whatever the new series coming out. It's kind of that kind of put right in the very middle, kind of just blah everything. It's like, come on, Batman Eternal. It's like, do we really need that? Do we? Do we? Do we? Did we? No. No, we had a story going on, and all of a sudden we had to flip it around because they have to promote their book. And so to do that, they had to take Scott and say, hey, Scott, come on. Put this little kind of a filler issue in between your storylines. It's like, come on. No. That's what I thought about
that. I guess I'll talk about the X-Men book I haven't talked about yet that you haven't heard me talk about.
What? There's another one.
Yeah, All New X-Men 24. This was 2 weeks ago, though. So.
Yeah, how was that one?
But it's interesting because it looks like Bendis might be doing something maybe with the Phoenix Force, so we'll see.
What do you think?
But it's so weird just because it took so long to finally get to the trial, even though it's called the Trilogy the Trilogy in Grey. But I'm liking the whole Cyclops and his dad, and then Jean Grey, and she's like, I do these terrible things, but I haven't done them yet. How do I feel about this? And then Iceman is just so funny because he's like, man, there's aliens here, and we're in space.
Exactly.
Oh, I love Iceman. He's so funny.
He's probably one of the best ones that I thoroughly enjoy when I do look at the book at the comic book store and not have to buy it. Flip through the pages. I'm that guy that you see in every comic book store, just flipping through the pages. Yeah. What's the last page? Okay, there you go. There you go. Okay, I don't have to read it now. There you go. Cheap bastards. That's good.
And then because it's tied in with Guardians of the Galaxy, you have Star-Lord's dad, Jason, and Gladiator being like, well, this isn't your jurisdiction, and blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, well, why is your son here, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, my son's just always in everything. Oh, it's just hilarious.
So they haven't finished it off yet, right? There's still got one more to go?
Yes, I think the last one comes out today.
Good.
Because I'm kind of having both of these on my might drop list.
Oh, you're gonna drop the all-new X-Men.
They haven't really done anything. Oh,
I would rather keep that.
It started off really strong. No, I would never drop Uncanny. They started off real strong, but it seems like they're just redoing the same formula on every storyline. Where it's like, oh, here's something that they encounter in the future, and they're now encountering it before they encounter it. What's going to happen?
That's true. I'll give you that.
So I don't know.
I'll give you that. Absolutely. And of course, what happens when they go back to the past? Finally, after 500 issues of this, then they get their minds wiped. And they'll be 10 years older than they were when they went back. Figure that out, Chuck. That's right. Oh, just wait. Just wait till Chuck reads Cyclops' mind. Oh, you killed me later on? You jackass. Then he gives him erectile dysfunctions just for it to be back. See how that works for you, kid? That's right. Blame it on the stress. All right.
Oh, but then you also have this cool teaser for a throwdown between the Shi'ar Imperial Guard and the Guardians of the Galaxy and the X. It's like this giant battle that's about to happen. So it's like, oh man, I can't wait to see that fight happen. So.
And all it is going to be talking.
She already had a small skirmish in Gladiator. Gladiator punched a few people. It's like, oh, that'll be cool.
It's going to be good. You know what else out this week? Ghost Rider.
I thought you weren't excited about Ghost Rider.
Oh, I'm excited when we talk about it next week. Guess where it's going?
The toilet?
Amen. It's one of those that as soon as it hits the water, I'm flushing it. I don't even want to see it in the bowl. It's gone.
Oh, man.
You don't even want to stand back and look at your handiwork. You want that thing gone. Bam. Out. Do you ever stand back and look at your accomplishments?
Not having this discussion.
I'm just saying, sometimes you look at you, man, that's pretty impressive. This, down the toilet, don't even want to see it. There's sometimes you just hit that flusher and it goes. This is something you don't want to see. Get out of here. How did that get out of my body? Some of those kind of discussions. I want this episode to be called the Swami Hat episode.
Did you read Miss Marvel #2?
It was all right. It was okay.
Yeah, they explained the whole shape-shifting thing.
Yeah, it was big hand. It was a lot of talking. And it was good. He introduced her friends and all that. That was nice. She did some saving. That's good. And
that's cool.
It was very cool. It was very cool. Exactly. Well, that's it for me.
To me, it seems very similar to Spider-Man. It's like she has these powers and she's in New York and she's got these parents and they don't understand her. It's like, oh, I really like this where this is going.
It's the best formula there was, right? And she's grounded.
But then it's like instead of great power comes with great responsibility. She's like, I save people because it's the right thing to do. So I have to save people because that's what Carol Danvers would do. So
yeah,
and I'm such a fan of her.
What did that do for her? Got shipped off into space. A good plan. Oh, there you go. All right, that's it for me, Tacky. I gotta get that call.
All right.
Sorry, buddy. Yeah, do the just say do the. Damn, well, don't get married. All right, do your sign off, and I'll be back in a sec to talk. Okay.
All right.
All right, go on.
So that's it for this episode, and until you see or hear from us again, we're now signing off. Don't bend the edges and bag and board it or whatever Buff says. See you later. Thanks for watching.